Hello, this is a preview or rough demo of something that I'm working on, which is to combine encryption and file system details in the same row in your content view. So let's make a block device, a new logical volume. It starts out with unrecognized data, has a format button, and this is the old stuff here. We just encrypted. Give it a mount point, and we can't hit the button anymore. Let's see, it's 1 pixel. To make this bigger. Okay, and we format it. So, and as you can see, it is still a single entry. It used to turn into 2. Here's one tab with the encryption. It tells you what the clear text device is, but most of Cockpit doesn't mention this anymore. I don't think it's very useful to see the UUID all over the place. And then there's the tab for the file system, which just looks like before. Yeah. And now, interesting part. Or let's go back and check the file system here. Now it gives you the name of the volume group, of the logical volume here instead of the clear text device mapper thing, which I think is useful, more useful. And yeah, let's see what happens when we open the format dialog. There's something new here. So now this is encrypted file system. And when you open the format dialog, it defaults to encrypting it again and actually keeping the existing encryption keys. That means when you now format it, it will not touch the encryption at all. And now we really can't reach that thing down there anymore. Yeah. So what do we do? This is too tall now. Let's make it a bit smaller. The text. I hope you can still see it. So, where was I? So if you format a encrypted file system, the format dialog defaults to keeping the existing encryption, and you would just, in technical terms, you would just format the clear text device, put a new file system on it. We can do that now, but that's, yeah, let's change it to ext4 maybe, just so you see that something happens. And something went wrong. Let's see what that is. The mounting didn't work. Let's mount it. And yeah, that worked. Damn, let's see. I figured that out. And yeah, let's open this format dialog again. If you now deselect this, you would get a file system without encryption, obviously. Or you can make one with new keys. Then it would remove the whole clear text device and create a new one. Let's make one without encryption. And again, not mounted. There is something wrong with the mounting. Okay. Yeah. Let's try one other thing maybe. Encrypting it. But not having a file system on it. So now here's unrecognized data. We could format that again to get a file system, or we can now use it here to create a new volume group, for example. And now it's also offered here as an encrypted logical volume and this is the device name of it. So the Lux thing doesn't appear here either. Yeah, let's make a file system. We keep the encryption, just let's put a mount point here. Just format it. Let's see if it is mounted this time. Yeah, looks okay. What was I going to do? Yeah, so now you can see here's the file system and the encryption. Encryption has some options. For example, you can say you don't want to unlock it at boot, or if you want it to be read-only when you unlock it. And these things are currently independent from what you do with the file system. So now the file system is configured to be mounted at boot, but the encryption layer will not be unlocked at boot. That means the next boot will break. And we should figure out how to avoid this configuration, of course. And if we find it, we should warn about it, like we warn about other inconsistent things. Yeah, I hope we can go as far as managing these options completely automatically, depending on what you do with the file system. For example, mounting a file system will automatically unlock the encryption and would also configure it to be unlocked on next boot. And we need some background information that the encryption, that there is actually a file system on the on an encrypted block device, but we have that luckily. Okay, enough rambling. I think that's it for now. Until next time.